Hi everyone. Today is Pakistan's Independence Day, and what better way to celebrate our independence than to talk about some of the amazing investment opportunities that are available in the country today. If we take a step back, the period between 2000 and 2010 was invest in China. Everyone was investing in China in a big way. Um, the smart money then in 2010 or thereabouts started moving to Singapore, and Singapore really benefited from that as well. A lot of smart investors now are turning their attention and their sights towards Pakistan. And why not? I mean, the country um, has over 220 million people, a very youthful population, 60% below the age of 30, fast growing internet penetration, digital usage is going up. So the demographics of the country are moving in the right direction for sure. Um, so, what kind of investment opportunities are available in Pakistan? Well, you have everything, literally starting from $10,000 for REIT type products, limited engagement real estate investment products that are offering 18, 20% returns with capital assurance. So, you invest for 2 years, walk away with 40% growth on your capital, um, all the way up to literally $1 billion. There's very few places in the world where you can deploy $1 billion into, let's say, commercial projects, commercial real estate, and deliver returns in excess of 18%, 18 to 20% again, year on year. There are places where you can buy real estate of that value, but the returns you get are not 18 to 20% year on year for the next 4, 5, 7 years. That's the kind of growth that's expected in the real estate sector in Pakistan. Now, in between, there are many interesting opportunities in the startup ecosystem in Pakistan. I work with quite a few startups in multiple spaces. Um, the Most of them are focusing on tech, so it's where all the interest is, and quite frankly, Pakistan has been the back office for a number of tech companies over the past 10 years. So, for example, Kareem, which has been the single largest exit in our region, was acquired by Uber for $3.1 billion last year. The entire tech platform was built in Pakistan. Um, for the longest time, the entire app team was based in Pakistan. So there are multiple such teams available in Pakistan, and they're working on some incredibly exciting and innovative projects in health tech, in prop tech, in mobility, in GPS related platforms, in delivery services. I mean, you whatever you can think of is actually being worked on actively in Pakistan today. The number of new marketplaces that are planned and are being executed right now. The costs of development in Pakistan remain relatively low, and therefore, the bang that you get for your buck as an investor is a hell of a lot higher than you would get in Silicon Valley. So, if you had $1 million in Silicon Valley, you might be able to buy a very small percentage of a startup. In Pakistan, you could probably take a 10 to 20% stake in three startups for that amount of money, depending on obviously the startup and the founders. So right now, I'm working with startups that are looking for anything between $200,000 for a significant share of equity, all the way up to $3 million. Um, Now, $3 million. This is, for example, a startup that has already had traction in the first 6 months. They've got revenue being generated in the millions of dollars. And what they're looking for now is an investment to help them to get to the next level and really expand their business through marketing, business development, and so on and so forth. So the opportunities, as I said, literally from one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum, are available in Pakistan. And I would seriously recommend that If you have not thought about Pakistan as part of your investment portfolio, perhaps you should rethink. Um, the the talent, the youth, the energy, the passion, the drive that exists in this country today is very hard to match. Not that we would like to be compared with anyone else, but I believe that we have all the ingredients to actually become a major player in the startup ecosystem globally. Because we're still at the beginning of that curve, people who get in today will exit in the next 4 to 6 years, maybe 7 years, with um, multiples that are legendary, because everyone talks about, hey, that guy got in with $300,000 and walked out with 20 million. That could happen in Pakistan. That is exactly where this market is heading. Some of the startups that I've seen are so exciting. They've developed global standard products. All they need is guidance and investment. Um, if you're interested, for example, in becoming a mentor to one of the startups and you work in the startup ecosystem around the world, please reach out. I would be happy to connect you with different people. If you're interested in investing, please again reach out and let me know, because um, I truly believe this is the decade that Pakistan comes into its own on a global platform. And I would love to hear from you guys on this, because there are very few territories around the world that are left with such large opportunities that are literally hanging at head height. I mean, talk about low-hanging fruit. We're the fifth largest country in the world. Um, our per capita income is growing. Our digital penetration is now at about 70 million people out of 220, but that's expected to increase by 10 million year on year. And when these people um, come into the world of digital, they're going to be using apps built in Pakistan. There are language advantages, there are technology advantages, and best of all, I mean, when you look at the dollar and what it gets you in Pakistan, the cost of doing business is significantly lower than most places around the world. um, I'm not saying that you'll pay zero, but you'll pay dollar for dollar, probably 1:10 compared to what you pay in the U.S. For the same product. I'm not even exaggerating. So it would be really exciting to hear from you. I'm going to continue posting about this, and I'm intending to start a series where I would be partnering up with quite a few people, including some very well-known players in the Pakistan ecosystem, to actually do interviews of entrepreneurs in Pakistan and around the world. We would love to share that experience with our entrepreneurial system here, so that people can learn and grow, and can become better versions of themselves. At the same time, I'm also part of the Founder Institute in Karachi, so I'm working actively with founders, and helping them to become more professional versions of themselves as well. So overall, there's a lot of things happening in the space in Pakistan. The national incubation centers in Pakistan are active across Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, um, and they're doing a wonderful job again of bringing people into the ecosystem, helping entrepreneurs on their journey to becoming, bigger, better, faster, leaner, meaner, all of those things. So I'm going to end with a shout out to my fellow um, entrepreneurial system enthusiasts in Pakistan. There's a lot of you out there. There's a lot of people working really hard to help the ecosystem rise. We would love to have your engagement to help this ecosystem become, a bigger, a healthier, more flourishing ecosystem for Pakistan. To all my fellow Pakistanis, both home and abroad, um, I wish you the most amazing Independence Day, a safe Independence Day, and I would encourage you to invest in your own country. If you live abroad and you're earning in dollars, this is the time to invest in Pakistan. The returns you will get here will be significantly higher than you could ever imagine making in the developed world. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks very much for your time, and expect a lot more of this coming soon. Have an awesome day. Pakistan Zindabad.